to Notice the Time Forgot. I'm Mike Toole, and I collect really old, obscure anime cartoons. And it's interesting because anime and anime fandom have been really strong for about the last 10 years, but there's a secret history to this whole medium as it evolved in the States. That's a story that's told through old films, old video releases, and old TV series. Stuff that you really can't get anymore. But that's okay, because I've kept some of them alive, and I'm going to share something with you today. And what we're going to look at first is a black and white TV show. Please excuse the quality, because there are no extra copies of this available anywhere anymore. It was created by a guy named Dr. Osamu Tezuka, and its Japanese title is Wonder 3. In English, it was known as The Amazing 3. It's interesting because they just don't make cartoons like they don't pause like they used to. They just don't make cartoons like they used to anymore. And Amazing 3 was interesting because it was clever. It was a story of 3 alien explorers who come to Earth and just decide to assume the disguise of inhabitants, but they don't realize that they should be disguising themselves as people, so they disguise themselves as a rabbit, a duck, and a horse. And the interesting thing was Dr. Tezuka was relentlessly environmentally conscious and liked to spell that out in his cartoons. In the 60s, this was kind of an odd thing. And let's watch a clip of how concerned about pollution our heroes are. Now, it wasn't just my encoding, but it's a really low frame rate cartoon. Amazing 3 was dubbed by a company called Copy International in Miami, and was broadcast for a couple of decades in syndication. In the middle 90s, the wife of Samuel Z. Arkoff, one of the producers, had all the episodes on 16mm film. She hired a consultant to see if it was viable to publish it on video again. He told her, no, the rights had long since expired and there was no interest in the title. So at that time, 52 episodes on 16mm film cans went into a landfill in New Jersey. Kind of rotten, isn't it?
It's amazing the amount of time stuff like that happens.
Anyway, I promised DVDs to give away, and I have some to give away in exchange for trivia questions. Now, I want to see hands. Don't yell out the answer. They're not very hard questions, most of them. First of all, we just saw a show created by Dr. Osamu Tezuka. Can anyone else name 3 other animation products created by Dr. Tezuka? Saw you in the corner first.
Astro Boy, Dr. Blackjack, and Kimbo the White Lion.
That's correct. Those 3 were all created by Dr. Tezuka. You were from High School, Volume 1. Now we're going to go on to another phenomenon that existed in the anime world in the 60s, which is feature films. Toei spent several years creating films that they intended to compete with Disney films, and a lot of them were pretty lavishly animated and kind of bizarre, and several of them made their way to the States. I've shown some of these films before, stuff like Panda and the Magic Serpent, Alakazam the Great, Magic Boy. Here's something from the later 60s that was dubbed by the comedian and actor Chuck McCann and a few of his cohorts. A very odd little film about the life of Hans Christian Andersen. Let's see one of Mr. Anderson's friends as he endeavors to get a pair of shoes repaired, but the townspeople tell him that they're too busy in a very peculiar way. Stuff like that impresses me because I've seen the original Japanese version and the song they used was nothing like that. Different tempo, different style, everything. The fact that they were able to create something out of nothing that matched it so well really impresses me. Anyway, as you can see, that was The Red Shoes, by Hans Christian Andersen, with a little cameo by the Ugly Duckling, of course. And in The Red Shoes, of course, the townspeople endeavor to create shoes for the princess that are red and magical and wonderful, and the whole idea really backfires. Let's see the product of that. he's done a completely different style. And the character you saw at the end sitting on the step with a cat, that was Hans Christian Andersen. The way they set the story up was that apparently he was not creative enough to come up with those wonderful tales himself. He had to witness them all. Hans Christian Andersen was just a historian. Anyway, once again, I have another trivia question. I have Tsukihime, Volume 3, for the person who can raise their hand and tell me the answer to this question, which is Hans Christian Andersen had one of his more famous tales turned into both an anime feature film and a famous Disney movie. Anyone know which one? I saw you in the back of the white shirt.
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid is correct. There is both the Disney version and an anime version of The Little Mermaid. The anime version has the sad ending. Anyway, bear with me for a second. I lost track of the order, and I'm just going to check something here. So I'll be off screen for a moment. Okay. Next, we're going to look at a show from the film from the early 80s. Are you going to come and get your DVD? You can come and take it now. We're going to look at a feature film from the early 80s called Crusher Joe. Now, many of you may know that it was dubbed, I think in 98 or 99, maybe even 2000 by Animecentral. Very fine dubbed version, they did good. This was dubbed by an outfit in LA and a director named Jim Terry. Some of you might know his name. It was only shown on television in the UK, and the film had this marvelous orchestral music. But that apparently wasn't good enough for these folks. They had to make their own music. Another interesting thing about this stuff, yeah, the guy who made it, Jim Terry, he's also famous for directing, cutting together a bunch of great giant robot shows and calling it Force 5. Some of you may have seen it, many of you probably haven't. It was only shown on television in New England in the early 80s. Anyway, next sequence is, you're going to get to hear the Crushers themselves speak. Most of the dubbed voices are okay, but in the Animecentral dub, Crusher Joe, and in the original version, he had kind of a deep, commanding voice. In the dubbed version, they used a local kid from South Carolina, so he has this kind of almost, pissed-off Southern gentleman voice going on. It works really well, but the voice they gave him in this version, they got the highest-voiced, whiniest guy they could find.
I'm Captain Kowalski of the United States Army. I'll need to see your identification. And what are you doing in this sector? You are cautious? As we told you. I'm the leader, Crusher Joe. What are you doing in this class? These veins are strictly for interstellar flavors. What's your destination? It's Planet Mycora. Why, we're on a diplomatic mission. As diplomat? You Russians destroy your flying enemy. You don't do diplomatic work. I just want facts. You were escorting a man to the council. Where is this person?
Well, you see, he disappeared.
Disappeared? Eh? What are you trying to do? People don't just disappear!
There's no need to shout. People usually don't disappear, I know. But he did. And we advised him what happened to him.
It's like they gave him the voice of the squeaky teenager from The Simpsons.
I think this whole Russian story is a complete fabrication. How long will it really get?
What? We're not pirates. We're criminals. That's the truth.
Yes, on a diplomatic mission with a disappearing guy.
Wait a minute. I can prove it.
I'm listening.
We have a written contract for this job and a suitcase full of money. It's proof that we're Russians and that we're on the job. I'm getting a show it to you.
So why does the guy who claimed to come to America have a German or Russian accent?
Well, he has a Russian last name. His name is like, or a Slavic last name. His name is like Stanislav or something like that. So even in the new dub, they gave him kind of an Eastern European accent. But yeah, I like how Joe's voice is almost as high as the kid's voice. Anyway, I got one more clip from The Crushers. The other thing about The Crushers is that the original film Crusher Joe has some pretty graphic violence in it. And the next scene we're about to see, a guy is absolutely ripped apart by a laser cannon. We're not going to see it. It's edited out with a sledgehammer. You'll probably be able to tell where the edit is. What happened?
We've got to turn it off.
Don't worry, I'm sure he's fine.
All the way?
Also, they rewrote this so they had to turn the pilot off on this thing. The pilot. I gotta love Japanese animation. It's like they can't end anything without a huge explosion. Anyway, I got another trivia question. This one is moderately difficult. Some of you in the room will probably know the answer. Crusher Joe was created by a Japanese science fiction writer named Haruka Takachiho. What famous anime duo did Takachiho also create? I saw you in the red.
Dirty Pair.
Dirty Pair is correct. You get Stelvia Volume 3. Well done. All right, and what do we got next on the program? Oh, we're going to see something that is totally 80s next. You can tell by the hair. Well, this guy's hair is weird by anyone's standards, but just watch and enjoy the theme song. Superman, but the company that released it, Central Park Media, was desperately afraid that DC Comics would sue them, so they retitled it Space Warriors, complete with that great Star Trek font. The song was written by a gentleman, I don't remember his name offhand, but I Googled for it, and he mostly does Christian music. Yeah, it's actually a really fantastic cartoon. You can see the animation was quite good, and Lock the Superman is popular in Japan among older fans. It's a manga that's been running since the 60s, and Lock is basically the blueprint for all angsty, pretty boy, superpower characters. This show is actually an OVA called Lord Leon, and the trouble with the dubbed version is they didn't have any music and effects from the Japanese, so they had to recreate it all themselves. I'm kicking myself because there was a scene where there was an alarm going off and they used the klaxon from Star Trek. Fortunately, I don't have that with me, but you'll see just, it's weird. All the dialogue sounds so completely artificial and strange.
That's not merely scratch. Now for the bones.
Also, the lip sync is really bad.
Let him go, Leon. I said I'd kill anyone who tries to stop me. What a powerful force. I'm not here to fight! Here goes. We have to get Zog out of there. Hey, you don't have to be home early, do you?
No, what shall we do?
So, what's up?
Watch the lip sync.
Ron, are you okay?
Fine, just sobered me up a bit. Who are you?
He took out Reddy Khan and thousands of our warriors all by himself. Locke, the Superman.
Huh? You're joking! Look,
Yes, it's him. I don't get it. I can't feel any signs of Leon in the region where the battle occurred.
Forget it. It's tragic for Flora that in such a one-sided battle, false hopes of his survival will hurt her even more. But our trip to Ronwall won't be in vain. We'll gather evidence and expose Great Zog for what he really is.
Major,
Here's the key. I got you the very best room, and just ask for room service if you need anything.
Major, Lord Leon is alive.
Impossible.
I can feel him somewhere too.
Yeah, but he's nowhere on this planet.
And now a public service announcement from Ninja the Wonder Boy.
No. When you take something that's not yours, it's like stealing from us.
When you take something that's not yours, it is stealing.
What?
Anyway, as you can see, if you're paying attention to that, Lock the Superman was really well animated, well directed, good science fiction story, and every time you watch that thing and try and get into it, you get distracted by, oh, what a powerful hate force, or the bad guy going, if you want to watch really good Locke the Superman animation, there's actually there's stuff out there floating around on the net. I don't know precisely where you can get it, but there's a Locke the Superman OVA called New World Command that is quite good and is not spoiled by really strange dubbing. Anyway, I have another trivia question. This is for Requiem from the Darkness, one of the volumes, I think volume 3. Anyway, Locke the Superman is frequently described by the characters in the stories as an esper. What does ESP stand for? You in the front, I saw you first.
Extrasensory perception.
Extrasensory perception or extrasensory powers, depending on whether or not you're talking to a scientist or a science fiction writer. Well done, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get back to the clips. Next, I'm about to show you something that should strike dread into most people who've been watching anime on home video for a very long time, longer than it's been really commercially available to fans. This label releases mostly porn. Or they did. They're out of business. They've been out of business for years, but their two markets were children's videos, which is mostly dubbed anime, and softcore pornography. Should tell you something about how they run. This next thing I'm about to show you is a show from the 80s, dubbed by Saban, our favorite Saban. Never really made it to television, but as you'll see, well, the theme song is pretty obnoxious. You'll have to listen to it. That was called Wowzer. Yeah, I know. They didn't really drive it home in the title, did they? Anyway, Wowzer was a TV series. It was based on a European comic called Cubitus, a Dutch comic, actually. Now, in some markets in Europe, they called the comic Dommel for some reason. So, Japan, when they animated it, went with that title. It was called Dum Dum Dommel in Japan. Then they called it Wowzer in the States, so it's actually 3 titles away from its original title. And it's fun to watch just because you recognize all these voices in the dubbed version that you know from other cartoons. My favorite is the wacky professor, who you'll see in a bit. It's the same voice as Commander Aramaki from Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. as you can see, it's actually a perfectly good children's cartoon. Not really looking like anime for the most part. It's very basically close on the European comic the source material came from. If you Google for Cubidus, you'll see the original artwork that just looks exactly like what you just saw on screen. And the dub was clever at times, though I don't think they were particularly accurate. Let's watch a little more.
Well, sir, you got any idea how to get out of here?
No.
Things have become somewhat lost looking for good, sir. Please tell me where is Malibu? Aye, we're lost ourselves. I came in very good. I'm exceedingly angry with both of them for missing our dinner.
I'm sure they have the reasons. I just hope they're all right.
Speaking for myself, I must say I had a most enjoyable time tonight, Professor Dingy. Yes?
Professor Dingy.
It was a pleasure serving you at the restaurant earlier tonight, a real pleasure. But after you left, we had some visitors.
Huh?
Your dog Wowzer and this lovely's little brother came in to sample our cuisine.
See, Bobby, I told you we'd be out of there in plenty of time to make it to the restaurant.
The problem is that they did not come through the front door. No, they blew a large hole through the basement wall.
Blew a hole in the wall to get it. Anyway. Secret of the Seal. 1992 film, created by Nippon Animation, and it's based on an Italian children's story called Toy about a boy who goes to the island of Sardinia for the first time and makes friends with the local seals who happen to be an endangered species. In his investigation, he makes friends with an old man who shows him where the seals hide, and we're going to watch a scene with the two of them. Note that they both have hockey hair. I guess this was real big in the early 90s and 80s.
Sant'Andrea, saint that blesses the caverns, be enough to protect the toy. Now, where did you see it?
It was a little further in.
I think that might be Bobby Hill as the boy there.
There's a flashlight in the bag. Use it to light the way.
Yes, sir.
Once again, a very pretty movie, totally overlooked.
Sightseers don't come into this south branch.
Oh?
It was to keep the seals secluded, but the seals finally stopped coming anyhow. Beyond there is the seal beach.
Where does the light come from?
There's a big crevice in the rock above here. The light comes through there.
It's very beautiful.
Let's not talk loudly from now on.
I like how when they cut it off there, it makes it seem kind of sinister. Anyway, Toy eventually comes to find his seal friends, and they have a little incident.
Okay, I'll beat you yet.
question is a little tough. I got Moyo Ken for the first person to raise their hand and have a guess at this. If you look closely, there's some big league talent that worked on this movie. Anyone recognize the character designs? I saw your hand there. Anyone else? Anyone know who the character designer was? Designed a very famous mega show. Yes, you. It was Mikimoto, that's correct. Mikimoto was the man responsible for shows like Macross and Megazone 2, 3, and Orbis, and a whole list of classics, and he worked on this film. It was also released under the Celebrity Just for Kids label, so I don't know, maybe you'll find it either in the kid video or the porn section of your old mom and pop video store. Anyway, let me just see where we are on the schedule, and we'll move on to the next item. Sorry, I have to keep doing this. Okay, next, The Adventures of the American Rabbit. Oh yeah. I'm sure a lot of you remember. It was, I think it was released in theaters and it was shown on television all the time for a while. And it was actually storyboarded and conceptualized completely in America, but animated completely in Japan. The guy that directed it was the guy who directed the Galaxy Express 39 TV series. Not so you know. Anyway, let's watch the wise old rabbit as he recruits the kid to be the American rabbit.
Terracotta, outstanding matter, outstanding. You folks may not be aware of this, but for as long as time itself, our quiet little village has carried the heavy responsibility of providing a very special hero.
A hero?
Yes, a hero who works tirelessly to make the outside world a better, happier place.
Hey, wait a minute. The legacy. You're talking about the legacy.
That's right, the legacy.
Well, what's a legacy? It's something handed down from one generation to another, dear.
Our legacy is one of strength, goodness, and justice. It's a gigantic responsibility. The person who carries it must run faster, fly higher, and work harder in the interest of good than any force anywhere. Now, in our time, it's Rob who carry our legacy on. You see, even though no one else will ever know it, Rob is the American rabbit.
Yeah, they tell Mom that the kid is a hero and she starts freaking out. The interesting thing about the American Rabbit is it's an example of something that I see occasionally that makes me smile. It's a dub that time forgot, but it's recently been remembered. MGM dusted it off and released it on DVD a month ago. So if you really want to see it, you can go and get it. And the next clip I'll show is Rob in his disguise as the American Rabbit, a stars and striped hero who roller skates and flies around, doing battle with a walking, talking suit and tie and his evil Nazi biker henchmen as they try to drown a gorilla.
That's all there is to it. And we want you to join our organization. Say what you will, and all this sinister mischief will stop.
Don't believe I don't appreciate your asking. I'm not really much of a joiner.
Easy for your country, China. A great battle will destroy the American craft. Just say the word, and we'll take you out of your tongue right now. Refuse. Refuse. And we'll use you for whale bait, you big monkey.
I want to get out of here. I really want to. He's a good person. He's a nice guy. I can't lie to you. I never do anything to hurt him.
What a jerk. Wash this game out of my life.
He's one of the guys in the white running bad. Who ain't that sweet? What do you like? next week, a piccolo?
No, I'm the tap dancer, actually. I tap dance.
There's no tap dancing in the White Brothers band. Hey, if you don't believe me, I guess there's really not very much I can do about it. Oh, yeah, well, you're doing this big tap dancing, then let's see you do a few steps. Hey, are you crazy? We can get in real trouble for this. We're supposed to take it to Rusty. Relax. We can't for just 20 minutes anyway. Come on, kid. Let's see you tap.
Another case of animated in Japan, but not so you know it.
You know, the kid's not too bad, but he's also not here.
You think patriotism can be obnoxious these days? Oh boy. Yeah, the American Rabbit. Anyway, I have a volume of a Popotan, volume 2, for the first person to raise their hand and tell me, who's the voice of the gorilla? Saw you in the front first? Garfield, yeah, Lorenzo Music, that's the guy. And I don't remember his name, but the voice of the rabbit himself, Rob, is the same guy as the voice of the Quick Bunny. I'm sure this confused a lot of children when this was first shown. Anyway, let's move on to what's next. If I remember correctly, it's some pretty scary stuff. Anyway. Totally innocent animation. Well, totally innocent, context, but the way it was animated was just creepy. It's a show called Fables of the Green Forest, and the entire thing is just animated and voiced in the most creepy, bizarre way possible. Really, this stuff scars children. I could do a whole panel just on this show. And I brought a whole bunch more clips in it. The first clip I'm going to show is of a weasel, a humbling little weasel with this weird, kind of creepy, just watch. Anyway, he's hunting the squirrel, he almost catches the squirrel, but he's finally thwarted by the magic of mob violence.
That arrogant squirrel took it together. He's gonna get his heart. I'm a mad weasel. I'm very vicious. We are 160, but squirrels are delicious. Hello, Mr. Woodpecker. It's me, Mr. Weasel. I understand every SOS weasel reports. I just want to know, I want to ask, I want to know where Tower is, right? Yeah. Well, I don't know anything about it, so ask somebody else. I already know.
to it, but there's still just a lot of strangeness. Mr. Coyote is walking around the forest. We very creatively named Mr. Coyote, scaring all the residents, especially Mr. Reddy the Fox. And so to teach Reddy a lesson, Mr. Coyote humiliates him, utterly.
It's been a long time, Brother Badger.
Hey, it is an old man Coyote. I thought it was time for you to make an appearance. I sure did miss your voice.
You're about the only one would say something like that.
And how long will you stay?
Such a nice forest, I thought I'd look around and stay a little while. Well, in any case, I'll have to pay my respects to my immediate neighbors, but it'd be nice if they are pleased.
You have a mean streak. You know full well that they are all afraid of you. Speaking of that, Reddy the Fox is saying that when he meets you, he's going to get you.
Aha! Reddy the Fox. That one. I'd better check for myself to see how much courage that Reddy the Fox really has. Judging by the voice, he's over at the ranch. Okay, now's a good time to go look for some field mice. Good evening, Brother Fox. Coyote, why are you here? Is it wrong for me to be here? No, I don't mean that at all. Well, I understand that you are to live in the green forest, yes, but then you can be good friends, yes. By the way, is it true that you're not afraid of anything? Yes, I'm not afraid of anyone. Although everyone seems to be afraid of me. Then you're not afraid of me, right? Yes, I'm not afraid of anyone at all. Got a lot of courage, eh, Reddy? Yes, that's right. I'm not afraid of anyone at all. But what about this?
It's not scaring them that's really scarring. It's what happens next. See, I noticed a trend in the show. Whenever anything bad happens to any character at any point, the entire forest shows up to point and laugh. either, as we're about to see. He's a bear with some strange habits anyway. Strange stuff. Anyway, not sure what we have next. Oh yeah, one of us are being strange. Strange, anyway. Oh yeah, we saw Winnie the Fox earlier, and he had kind of a pretty normal, neutral voice, but at some point during the series, it sounds like they replaced him with Wolfman Jack.
Of course not. There's more bleeding than to make people really cheerful. I like to make people really happy. However, I just heard about it, but Mr. Brown, the farmer, planted some cabbage in the corner of his yard. Tomorrow morning at daybreak, want to be here and go there. If you like to hurry out, the sun was out. So that's why I'm a wee bit late. Tell you what, Peter, let's start out for the new cabbage patch, huh?
Did the monster get you, huh, Ray?
No, you didn't catch me. You know I can run faster than he can.
Then I'll decide not to go to the cabbage patch until morning. I might get caught by that monster, Reddy. Isn't that right? And besides, I've already had my share of budding cabbage fun.
What?
I just couldn't wait till morning, so I went early last night.
Yeah, this whole thing was dubbed by two separate casts, so the rabbit that sounds...
But did you guys ever been so hungry that you absolutely couldn't bear it? Have you